On this week's episode of Drake Eats, we're showing you how to make gluten-free dressing for your Thanksgiving table.
It's the best, and just ignore that little piece that's already been eaten.
We are Jonathan and Holly Drake, and we love food, gathering around the table and sharing a good meal.
When we went gluten-free, we had to reinvent our favorite family recipes. We're here to show you gluten-free cooking can be simple and delicious.
Welcome to Drake Eats.
This is my absolute favorite part of Thanksgiving. This is the only reason I show up to Thanksgiving, guys. Dressing is my weakness.
Yes.
This dressing, gonna change your life.
It's the best.
It's the best.
Ever.
All right. So, if you watched our previous episodes, we've shown you how to make our biscuits. We've shown you how to make our cornbread. You need to make a batch of biscuits and a loaf of cornbread. You're going to start by taking your cornbread and your biscuits and just crumbling them up in a big bowl and mixing them together. This is a mixture for the dressing base.
Do you do all the biscuits?
All the biscuits, all the cornbread in a big bowl.
You said a loaf of cornbread.
You call this a loaf of cornbread.
Do you?
Yes, it is called a loaf of cornbread.
Even though it's a
It is called
circle?
It is called a loaf of cornbread.
Okay.
So I'm going to start crumbling. You talk about the hen. This is the chicken part of chicken and dressing.
Our little baby chicken here. So sad. I had to go so soon. You put this in the crock pot overnight for 8 hours on low.
Yes, with a little bit of water.
And I'm just going to take apart the entire chicken. Obviously, no bones. Chicken in a bowl.
See how I'm crumbling it? I'm doing one chunk of cornbread and one biscuit at a time so I can get them all good and mixed. But yeah, this is just like a frozen Cornish game hen. I find it in the freezer section. I think this is like the Tyson brand. And you take it frozen and all and just put it in your crock pot overnight on low.
We had to get it started one time at midnight
I
because
went
we
to
forgot
bed
about it.
the night before Thanksgiving. I went to bed one year and I was like,
Jonathan, we need to put the hen in.
I don't think it was that dramatic.
It was very dramatic. Like
I
the house was on
up.
fire.
I did. I was almost asleep and I sat straight up
I think
in bed.
I was asleep and she's like
The hen!
slapping me. We've got to put the hen in the crock pot.
It would have been a disaster. If
It
we
would have
hadn't.
been. I mean, this, like you said, if you don't have this, you got nothing
You got nothing.
for Thanksgiving.
This is the only reason I show up to Thanksgiving. First year I was gluten-free. Didn't get to have dressing at Thanksgiving. I've literally blocked it out of my memory. It was that bad.
Yeah, it was a dark time.
It was a dark time. Okay, so I've crumbled up all my biscuits and my cornbread, so it's all mixed together. And depending on what size casserole dish you're using, I'm just using a standard 9x13 lasagna pan. I call it a lasagna pan. I'm sure that's incorrect, but that's
Casserole
what I call it.
dish?
It's a 9x13.
Baking dish.
It's what I make lasagna in, so I call it my lasagna pan. But anyways, depending on the size, this recipe usually will make one of these and then like a smaller one to freeze for later. Because again, like I said, I can eat dressing every day of the year and never get tired. I'm going to set this aside and we're going to start working on our wet ingredients. So, you're going to need 3 eggs. And I'm the worst egg cracker. Like Jonathan makes fun of me for how I crack eggs. I don't know. I'm assuming there's like, oh, see, yeah, that's why. Assuming there's a technique that I don't know, but
You're doing great.
yeah, and on that one.
Oh, that one's.
Hey,
Oh, there it is. Oh,
Yeah,
let me
show
tell
them
this
the trick.
secret. I was
All right.
kind of hoping this would happen. So I learned not too long ago that you can take, if you have this happen, part of your eggshell falls in, you can take the actual eggshell and dip it down in here and pull out the egg particle. No problem. You try a spoon or anything else, never works. Eggshell. Take it right out.
Yeah, if you try a spoon, you're chasing it around. All right, 3 eggs, hopefully with no eggshell. A cup of chicken broth. Again, I like to use the College Inn brand because it's gluten-free. 3/4 cup of milk. A 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. And don't let the mayonnaise deter you. Some people are like, oh, it has mayonnaise, I can't eat it. Don't be one of those people.
We have some friends that are really weird about like there being this much either mustard or mayonnaise in
Yeah.
certain things, and
They
it's
won't
baked
eat it.
into it. Like you're not going to taste it,
They won't eat it.
but
Okay.
it's necessary.
Also, this little magic can of cream of chicken soup, the Pacific Foods brand. I find it in most major grocery stores, gluten-free. I know you can make your own cream of chicken, and if you want to do that, that's great, but they also have the canned version, gluten-free, just an FYI, speeds up the process. So 1 can.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Slow-mo. That sound.
Stop it. You're also going to do a cup of finely chopped onion. Just add that in. Whisk this all together.
Is this the normal thing you use to mix all this together?
Yeah.
We're getting pretty full with all the...
You just break it up.
Okay.
All right, well, you go ahead while I'm mixing this. Oh, wait, actually, no, don't stop.
Oh, gosh. I'm going to... You got it? I had to take over the whisking because Holly
I was making a mess.
dumped half of it out
I'm
on the
a
counter.
violent whisker.
Yes, she
It
is.
goes everywhere when I whisk. Okay, I'm gonna pour just a tiny bit to coat the bottom of your pan. This is gonna keep it from like getting dried out.
Okay.
That's good. Kind of spread it around. You just want this layer of liquid.
Just make sure the bottom doesn't burn.
Yes, it's to keep it from burning on the bottom. Okay, so you're gonna add half of this dry mixture. So about half your dry mix in here. Thank you, babe.
I could
My
tell that.
assistant.
I could tell you were starting to struggle a little bit.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy bowl.
All right, now, so you got about half your mixture. You're gonna layer your whole hen.
Good?
Not like that.
No. Spread out.
Spread it out.
Sorry.
Disperse your hen throughout your dish. Now, you're gonna do the rest of your dry mix
On top of the hen.
on top of the hen.
This is basically like a lasagna.
It's layered. Yes, it is a layered dressing.
We're using the perfect pan. This is your lasagna pan.
This is my lasagna.
This is perfect.
It was kismic. It's meant to be.
Kismic.
Jonathan doesn't read a lot, so when I use big
I don't-
words,
I don't know what that.
he doesn't know what they mean.
Kismic.
All right, rest of your wet mixture all evenly over the top.
This looks
Smells so good.
delicious already.
And the big thing with dressing, you're gonna put this in the oven, but keep an eye on it. If you pull it out and it's not spongy in the middle, you can always add just a little more chicken broth. You cannot, personally, you cannot have your dressing too moist. And I hate using that word, but it's the only word that fits. You don't want dry dressing. So we're gonna cover this with aluminum foil, put it in a 350-degree oven for 40 minutes. We're gonna check it after 40 minutes and see what it looks like. So the first initial 40 minutes on the dressing is done. We've uncovered it, so as you can see, it still looks a little wet and soupy on the top. That's perfect.
That's very good.
You don't want it dried out. Just check your corners. Make sure that they're not burning. This looks great. This is the consistency you want. It's gonna go back in the oven uncovered for another 15 minutes. All right, guys, the dressing is done.
I'm so excited.
This is my favorite part of Thanksgiving. Do you have a fork? You don't even have a fork.
I don't need a fork.
You're just gonna eat with
I'll
your
use
hands?
my hands.
Or use the big spoon?
I can use the big spoon.
All right, guys, here you go. I'm just gonna get a little corner for Jonathan. Look at that. It's moist. It's steaming hot.
Yeah, I probably should wait.
Here.
I should probably wait. Oh, it looks so good though.
I'm gonna do it. I'm a sucker.
Give me the fork.
Thanksgiving dressing, you guys. Gluten-free. Your family won't be able to tell the difference.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Thanksgiving.
As always, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Instagram, and we'll see you next week.
Happy Thanksgiving.